shaking and can make my day. The way you make me feel is the way you take me higher. The way you make me feel is the way you take me higher. The way you make me feel is the way you take me higher. Baby, come on now, please, you take me there.
What a gorgeous day for hovercrafting. There's nothing quite like acres of mud to search and the sea wind in your chops. Let's hope there are some long lost treasures to be found, probably thrown overboard from the Thames barges and the ships that used to use the Thames as its highway. The first find looks promising. It's Wedgwood, jasperware, possibly a vase, and Victorian in age, but it was broken at the top and at the bottom, so we left that one behind. So on we hover. And here we have a full bottle. This is a case gin bottle, approximately 1900 in date. These bottles were made with flat edges so they could be stacked in a case and wouldn't roll around on the deck of a ship. It also meant they could maximise the space inside of a bottle. We carry on, keeping our eyes peeled for anything sticking out of the mud. There are no brakes on these things, so if we see anything, we have to spin around and go back. Here is a nice stoneware jar. It was made in Derbyshire in and around the 18th and 19th centuries and has a lovely pattern around the top. I prefer to get out and look by foot. You can miss quite a bit on the hovercraft because your eyes can't take everything in. Then I find a cod bottle, so called after Hiram Cod, who designed a method of using a glass marble to pressurise and keep fresh the contents. Many of these bottles had the tops smashed off due to the children at the time wanting the marble stopper to play with. Luckily this one's complete. Another lovely case gin bottle. There must have been many sailors enjoying a ration of gin sailing up and down here in the past. This one has embossed letters on it and dates from around 1940. It's a Dutch bottle which reads, "Who de Cooper nightly takes, soundly sleeps and fit awakes." So this de Cooper guy was trying to advertise his gin in a way quite unique. And carefully it goes into our special storage box. It's actually a Lego toy box because it was the only thing that fitted snugly down the side. So what else can we see? Oh look, an anchor. And an old beer bottle. not too far away, a lovely local beer bottle. Taxi. That is just a coconut. Here we have a black wine bottle, about 1840. It's free blown, which gives it a lovely crude uneven shape. We've nicknamed these wonky donkeys because of their crude nature. This is a later 3-part mould. They became more uniform because the moulds improved. Steve finds a flagon. But unfortunately it's broken. Maybe next time, Steve. Here we have a small ink jar with a strange slimy creature growing on it. Ugh. Some parts are really muddy and dangerous. You have to be really careful you don't sink. One of the best finds of the day was this medieval cooking pot found by Jules. Look at that handle. And the pouring spout. The weather starts off a bit cloudy today, but it's the wind we really need to be careful of. It can be really hard when you're driving straight into it. These hovercrafts can go up to 40 miles an hour over sea and mud. But we're not all about speed. We want to see what we can find, so we take it at a slow pace, otherwise we might miss something. It's low tide, so we head out to the low water mark. Then disaster! The cable that holds the 80-odd skirts underneath snaps, stopping us in our tracks. Jules is out of radio contact and he has the right tools to fix it. Luckily we have some rope on board and tie it back the best we can. Any normal person would probably turn back now, but it seemed pretty stable, so we carried on, albeit nervously. Steve found a lamb skull. Now here I make a really nice find. It's a pub flask from the Pemberton Hotel, Kilburn in London. Before the days of off-licences or liquor stores, if you wanted to take away a drink, you would buy it from a pub, and very often they would give you a flask with the name of the pub or inn on the side of it, as a form of advertisement. Here is the picture of that very hotel circa 1900. It's now a Nando's. Steve finds himself a beautifully embossed bottle too from Edinburgh. Another bottle for Steve, this time it's a large Victorian wine bottle with blistering barnacles. Jules is also having a lot of luck with his 18th century bottleneck and lovely clay pipes. Here I spot a Victorian ginger beer bottle. They're pretty common but lovely chunky things. Here is another cooking pot, probably post-medieval. Another 1840s free-blown wonky donkey. Just as the tide is turning, we notice a huge lump of rust that needs further investigation. Lo and behold, it's a whopping great anchor. And it's been there for an age. Look at that rusty, crusty layer. There's even a bottleneck stuck to the underneath. It looks like something off the Black Pearl. Despite the state of our hovercraft, we decide it's coming home with us. If we can lift it, it's coming. And it must weigh about 200 pounds. Steve decides to pull out a hammer from somewhere and chips off some of the rust just to lighten the load. It just about fits in the hovercraft, but there's not much room for us to. How are we going to steer? It's resting on the handlebars. Unbelievably, we clamber on and she manages to lift 2 men and a massive anchor. Steve is having difficulty steering, so he has to sit on the side to counteract the wind and the tide. Despite the rain and the wind, we enjoy the journey back, more relieved than anything else. After our hillbilly fix and the nervous ride back, we celebrate, bringing back one of our most exciting finds. Jules and Jane aren't far behind, and Jules shows us his unusual salt glazed bottle. Jane has got a lovely case gin with iridescence and a few clay pipes. What a great day all round. We cleaned up the anchor, we painted it to stop it from rusting and gave it to one of Steve's relatives who lives on the Isle of Wight. And here are some photos of it enjoying the sea view. So thanks for watching, mud lovers, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe because there's lots more luck in the muck and future discoveries and adventures to come. Hovercraft History Hunters are sponsored by the British Hovercraft Company. Check out their website for all their amazing hovercrafts that they have to offer.